Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Zaryn with Market and Hustle, and in this video, I'm going to break down what a Facebook ads lookalike audience is and how to create one, along with some tips to ensure that the audience you create gives you the best performance possible. So lookalike audience gives you the capability to scale your audiences on Facebook. And here's one simple example. Let's say you have, for example, an email list of people who've purchased from you. Let's say you have about 500 people. You can upload that list to Facebook as a custom audience, and then you can scale that. So you can tell Facebook, I want you to find people that are similar, that have similar interests and characteristics like the people who have already bought from me. And Facebook lets you do that in a few different dimensions under a lookalike capability. Now, where you're able to build this audience in Facebook's set of business tools is under the audience capability. And if you're in Ads Manager, you're going to want to click the business tools area on the top left corner, and then you want to look for the audience shortcut. If you haven't found it in the top, you're going to want to scroll down until you're able to find that. Now, once you're in here, the first thing you have to do is actually, before you can create your lookalike audience, is you need to create a custom audience. So a custom audience can be basically just your emails from your existing purchasers, or it can be website activity. There's a few different things it could be. I actually made a video on this, so I'll link you to this. But if you already have built your custom audience, you can just find it within here, and then you're going to want to build a lookalike from that. So I already have one uploaded, so I'm just going to come over here to lookalike audiences and show you how you can actually do that. So the first thing you have to select is your source list. So the example I've gave you here is using an existing email list. So I can just come down here and I can actually type email, and I could do paid social. This is actually an email list I imported today, and these are people who have an affinity with paid social media. They want to learn about paid social media. Now, the next thing you have to do is you have to select the region that you're going to be in. So I'm just going to do United States because that's where I am. And now Facebook knows what market it's going to try to match your existing audience list as it scales up. Now, something that's super important is the size of your audience. Now, you might think the bigger the audience, the better. Not necessarily. Here's the difference in these ranges. The ranges closest to the left, meaning your 1%, your 2%, your 3%, are the audiences that share the most amount of characteristics with that initial audience you're uploading. So they're going to match your customers with greater precision. Now, the downside is that there's going to be a limit to how big this audience could be. As you could see in the United States, 1%, a lookalike 1%, is based on 1% of the amount of people on the platform, so I can reach about 2.4 million. Obviously, as I scale up, I can go all the way up to 24 million people. However, that characteristic is going to decrease as I go up. So as I scale up more people, the matching characteristics go down. So what I would recommend is to start with a 1%, build that audience first, see how it performs, and if it's doing well for you and you're getting sales and you're maxing out your lookalike 1%, then you want to consider creating other audiences. Now, a really cool thing that you can do within Facebook is you could tell it, I want to create multiple audiences, so you can have it break out your audience from 0 to 1%. Then you could do, from 1% to 2%, then you could do from 2% to 3%. So now you'd have those three audiences, and they're mutually exclusive, meaning that who's ever in your 1% audience is not going to be in your 1 to 2%, and who's ever in your 1 to 2% won't be in your 2 to 3%. So that is what a lookalike audience is within Facebook. It's a great way to scale your targeting efforts, and this is actually how you can create those within the platform. So the last step is just really hitting create audience, and then usually it could take anywhere between 24 to 48 hours for Facebook to actually make that audience available. As you can see, it's going to say populating, and as long as you match 1,000 people within the market, you should be able to use that audience. And as you can see, you have the 1% here, then you have the 2 to 3%, and then you have the 1%, then you have the 1 to 2%, then you have the 2 to 3%. So again, as you scale up, greater audience, performance goes down a little bit. And as you stick to the 1%, you're going to see the highest amount of matching characteristics. So that was lookalike audiences for you guys, and I hope this video was helpful.